Hola, I would like to dig a little bit deeper into the feeling of being trapped in a positive persona, always being the happy one until the point where actually other people expect you to. And when you are not that person anymore for whatever reason, people all of a sudden go and say, "What's wrong with you?" And I wanted to talk about this because there's been a few comments where people shared with me that they feel they are trapped in this positive persona. And to be honest, I think that many of us can relate to this. And as I've been thinking about this, I believe it's more than just the positive persona. I believe that for many people, it comes with this need to elevate everyone else's mood in the room. So to make everyone else feel good. It's like a protection mechanism. So when everybody else feels good, we can feel good or safe too. And obviously, people love people who do that. And it can be, I think what's so difficult about this is that there is a place for it, and it's a beautiful gift. But it becomes problematic when we don't seem to have a choice anymore. And it's our, to go to response, and we even don't seem to have any control over it. In a way, it's giving constantly, even though we might not be aware of it, giving our emotional positivity, or however you want to call it. But at some point, if we keep on doing this, it's very depleting, because it can end up in a one-way street. And it also feels like we may be too invested into how other people are feeling around us, and not being able to really share when we have difficulties going on. And as I said in one other video, struggling silently inside. And I don't know, I think because other people expect you to always be like this, it's kind of a shock to them if you all of a sudden, because maybe of life events or something else, happen to be maybe sad for a longer time or depressed. They somehow don't seem to be able to cope with that. And I think that's maybe, if that happens, that we for some reason can't be that person anymore, it probably shows who the real friends are. Because if they only can be your friend if you regulating their emotions for them so that they can feel good about themselves, and they get upset with you because now you're not feeling well, then that's not a friend. Maybe that's the, in quotes, positive thing about that, when that happens to you, that you change from having been this positive persona all the time to the depressed one, and you can't hide it anymore. And it just shows, I think, that it's unhealthy to be trapped in this only one facet all of the time. maybe it's like the pendulum that has to then swing from the one extreme to the other, and hopefully we can manage to integrate those two extremes and then go in all the areas in between, relating maybe to people differently depending on the spaces. I mean, I'm very well aware that there are spaces where it's definitely not safe to show all of us, but maybe we don't have to put so much energy in making everyone else feel good anymore, and become in those spaces a little bit more neutral and say, let them do the work for a change. It's really, it's not a good place to be in, being trapped in this positive image. In a way, I actually think that, I don't know, maybe those people, that always appear so positive and happy, that's the ones we need to look out for and really go and ask, how are you really doing? Genuinely. It's tough to unlearn that, because it means we need to somehow learn to be safe, or to feel safe when other people are in a bad mood or are kind of disappointed because we are not kind of looking after their emotions anymore. But we can do it. Yes. So that's it from me for today. Maybe you have your own experiences with that conundrum. I would love to hear from it, or from you. And yes, join me on the journey from hiding to thriving as an artist and creative entrepreneur and a person. This is Anja. Have a nice evening or rest of the day. Take good care. Bye-bye.